Good morning, guys. This is Kim, and I am back for Vlogtober Day 30. We are really closing in on the finish here. So last night I made a video, and I looked at it this morning. I was like, "Woo!" I was so tired. So I'm going to talk about now what I tried to talk about last night. I think I mentioned it before, that Tuesdays are, let me check the time real quick. I get my son up in about 5 minutes, sorry. Tuesdays are my most challenging day of the work week, and that's simply because that is the day that the doctor I work for sees patients in the clinic. So it's just way more challenging, whether it's just how much you're up and moving, or all the problems that can occur on a clinic day, or sometimes people are coming to see coming to our clinic because they're in pain. So most of the time, or a lot of times, people can be unpleasant. But there are, most of the time people are good. But if if you just get one, that's crazy. Or if the doctor is running behind, which the doctor that I work for is always running behind. And for those who see him and have seen him before, they understand. But if they're new and they're like, wait a minute, I've been here for way too long. So those things can be very stressful. Even if you're not physically taxed, you are stressed out the whole day. And so by the time I got home yesterday, I don't know what happened. I got here and I was toast. And I almost always have no plan to cook on a Tuesday because I know it's a rough day. So I either have enough food from the day before, or I also will just grab something for my son, which yesterday I did both because I had the curry, which I love, but it's not something that he loves. And so I got him Subway. I actually promised him on Tuesdays that we would always get something, either, something that he likes. So I got him Subway, came home, heated up my food, enjoyed it, and then sat down on the couch, was gonna get going with some crochet, and I had no energy. Actually, I was gonna sew, but I had no energy for that. So I just gave myself a break. And this morning I realized, that was fine because I'm off tomorrow. So after the Halloween parade and before we trick or treat, I'll be able to do a lot of sewing. So I'll make up for it. Because I kind of have weekly goals for this project I'm working on, and I want to meet them, but some of them have been unrealistic, so I kind of had to stretch it out. But anyway, that's that. So last night, what did I talk to you guys about? I pulled out this book, which I have shown you guys, and this is by Dora Ornstein, Custom Crochet Sweaters, and there's the author. And I got that one on Book Outlet for less than $10. And there's some cool sweaters in here. But overall, I just really want to conquer some kind of garment. I haven't yet to conquer a knitting or a crochet one. And after watching that Tell Me About Your Rhinebeck Sweater video, I just had all kinds of, I just want to make a garment. I want to make a garment. I want to make a garment. So I always start and I never finish. So I am determined to finish the one that I'm working on now, which I showed you guys. And let me see. When was the last time I showed it to you? I think I don't know if I showed it. So I'm almost finished with the first ball on this one. And I am, like I said, I'm putting a stitch marker for every 10 rows that I put on here so I can keep up. Because I think, I have to look at the pattern again, but somewhere around row 50 something, is when this first panel will be done. But when I looked at the design on this sweater, it's a cropped sweater. And I'm 53 years old. And I hold all my weight in the middle. The girth is in the middle. So there is no way cropped is going to work. It used to back in the day when I was young. But no, it does not work now. So I will lengthen mine. So I read some other people's notes on the pattern, and they talked about how they lengthened it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. And again, this is that Webster yarn by Wildwood Yarns, and it's 75% acrylic and 25% wool. It's a number 4. Let's see. It's a machine wash, lay flat to dry. You get 300 grams per ball, made in Turkey. I got this off of Hirschner's or Willow Yarns or something like that, I believe. And it was really affordable, so I got a bunch of them, and I definitely was purposefully trying to get a sweater's quantity. So I didn't have a color name, just a color number. So you can see I'm at the 30. I have more than 30 rows done already. So I'm gonna finish this one. This is gonna be the sweater, the garment that I have finished finally. And then because it looks like it's gonna be super simple. So I mean, that's what I choose for everything, though. When I'm first starting out, or for everything, I just like super simple crochet, super simple knitting. I don't want it to be too complicated. Some people thrive on that. I'm not one of them. So anyway, I bought a couple more sweater patterns. Plus I pulled out that book. And I told you guys that this author, I had already owned one of her books. And I've been looking for that thing for weeks. Finally found it. And it's this one. Top Down Crochet Sweaters. And I mean, beautiful patterns in here. Lots of options, lots of instructions. So like this whole part from here to here is just instruction, and then you get to the patterns back here. So I'm planning to just read through all of this in all of my spare time and just get all the information that she gives, try to absorb it, and then try to see if I can conquer something in here. So as I was looking through these books, I decided that maybe 2020 will be a year where I challenge myself to really work through some of these sweaters in this book for 2020. So that by the time I end the year, I can have like at least 2, maybe 3 finished sweaters. There was a lady on the Tell Me About Your Rhinebeck Sweater video that I did watch now the vast majority. If I didn't finish it, I only have a few minutes left. And so yeah, the crochet that was in the beginning that I mentioned, that was pretty much all the crochet. All the rest of it really was knitting. So maybe we still need to make our plan to meet up at Rhinebeck with our crochet sweaters to make sure that we all get on Christy Glass's video. So I found some really cool crochet designers on Instagram, and I bought a few patterns that from this one lady, and hoping her patterns are super modern, and the crochet looks sleek. So I hopefully will find something that I can conquer in 2020 after I conquer this sweater here. Anyway, those are some of my plans for the new year. I'm already thinking about it. Are you guys thinking about what your goals are going to be for 2020? Comment down below and let me know what your process is. I usually am at the last minute. My husband is almost always thinking about the next year. He starts thinking in September about what he wants to accomplish in the following year, and I usually am somewhere around January 1st is when I start figuring it out. But I'm thinking about it now. I'm trying to take a page from his book, and I'm thinking about it now for my crafty goals. I am continuing on my journey for weight loss. That will continue. I have changed so much about the way that I eat. But what I'm finding, and I'm a little bit frustrated, is I'm not really frustrated. I don't know. I feel like the weight is not coming off like I would like. So I think there's a couple reasons for that. One, the main reason I believe is because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And I don't mind not being a spring chicken. The part that I mind is that it's harder. But getting older is a gift. Being able to still be breathing, I feel like is a gift. And I plan to be here for a very long time. So, but, trying to get my weight under control, that's one of the reasons why, I'm trying to get everything, my eating together so I can be around here. I'll have a 10-year-old, which is, there are more people these days that are my age with younger kids. But, it's normally, you would have had your chat by now. Like, for instance, his first cousin is 32 years old. So if I had been on that plan, I would be a grandmother by now, possibly. But I wasn't on that plan. So I am really trying to get my health together because, I deserve it. He deserves it. My husband deserves it. So I've been working on that. I'm going to stay on this track. I usually, it can get really challenging during the holidays, but I'm like, I am going to get through these holidays, not gain a lot of weight, and not derail. That's my plan. Anyway, so I'm going to continue on that journey. But for crochet and knitting and crafting, I have to think through more, but for sure, I really want to conquer the sweater. And I feel like if I can conquer this sweater before the year is over, then that's going to set me up for a really good crafty crochet sweater year in 2020. Anyway, comment down below, like I said, if you're already thinking about your goals, tell me some of what your goals might be. I'm excited about 2020. I already have things on calendar to look forward to, and I find that that's so important to have something to look forward to. I've always been that kind of person that even if I didn't like what was going on right now, I would think surely in a year, this thing will happen, or whatever. Like when I was young and wanted a boyfriend, didn't have a boyfriend, I'd be like, surely by the time I'm so-and-so age, I will have a boyfriend. So I didn't give up hope. Or when I was like, wanting to get married, I'd be like, surely I'll find somebody by blah, blah, blah. So I wouldn't give up hope. And, or then after that, it was becoming a mom. So every time I've always tried to just keep the hope alive, because I find for me and my personality type, and I don't know if it's healthy for anybody, but for me for sure, I cannot be around here hopeless. I cannot be around here in the dooms and the glooms and thinking that everything is going to stay exactly the same and it's never going to get different. That is so not helpful for me, that I just figure out how to hope for something, even in the midst of some of my darkest times. I would just hold on to the little bit, just a tiny bit of hope, until I got through some of those dark, challenging times. Anyway, I don't know why I went there, but I'm excited to have things to look forward to, and hopefully you do too. And how about that? How about comment down below what you are looking forward to, whether it's the holiday season, travel plans, projects you want to work on, classes you're going to take. I have a class coming up in just in a couple weeks. I'm very excited. I'm going to Stitches. And I'm taking a class with Marley Bird, which I have never gone to a yarn festival. So this will be my first Stitches. And I hope after Rhinebeck West, I hope that was the beginning. Actually, I think meeting Seta and Z was the beginning. And now it's like I feel so good to be able to be around my crochet sisters, my crafty sisters. And I don't know why, but I have never been somebody who crocheted in community. And I don't know, maybe it's because in a lot of times in the yarn shops, the yarn is always super expensive, and it just, I have some of that yarn, believe me, I have some, but overall that's not what I do, because if I tried to crochet with that stuff, man, I would be broke, you know, if all of my yarn was that way. And so I have, I guess, been reluctant, to be honest, to be in a yarn shop. I've been thinking about this. I'm like, why haven't I gone to the knitting tree? And why haven't I gone there? And first of all, okay, maybe that's part of it. The other part of it is just flat inconvenient to go anywhere in LA after work, you know. It's terrible. Like, and I'm busy. I got a kid, and it's just, it's drama just to go to the Dollar Tree, which I have to go to tonight. Anyway, okay, I'm rambling on, but I really want to be more in the community and hooking up with my crochet sisters, and that might be a part of it too. A lot of times in the yarn shops, most of the people are knitters, and even though I know how to knit, I enjoy crochet a whole lot more. So anyway, what about you? Another question: do you knit, crochet in community, or do you just do it at home? That's pretty much what I've done. All right, too much rambling. I'm going to get my son. I'm 10 minutes late. I'm getting my son up, so I gotta go, and I will see you guys on tomorrow, the very last video of Vlogtober 2019. Bye, guys. See if it'll work.